Mm-hmm.
That one.
Look at Sarah Ferguson. Now she's in a whole heap of trouble.
That's Prince Andrew's ex-wife.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we knew for a long time that Jeffrey was like floating her money because they were in debt up to their eyeballs, right?
I have a good friend who represented her as one of her attorneys, and he said she was always broke. Always broke. I don't know where the money went. How can you be a member of the British royal family and be broke? I have no idea.
That whole thing's sketchy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, specifically targeting that too.
And then after he's convicted in 2007, and she says publicly that she's cut him off, then she emails him, "I'm so sorry, Jeffrey. I love you. You're the big brother I never had." And then she takes her daughters down there to visit him and then lies about it. Like, what kind of hold did he have on people? I don't understand this. Yeah. I was watching BBC this morning, as a matter of fact, and they said as recently as 3 years ago, 80% of the British people support the monarchy. Today, 50% of the British people support the monarchy.
Yeah.
They're at a tipping point. And if the Brits go, everybody else is going to go too. Look at Norway. Whoever even heard of the Norwegian royal family? But now you got ties to Epstein. You got the crown princess's son raping 2 women. Now he's got to go on trial. What kind of people are these? Like, is it really worth it to prop up these phonies as your monarchs?
No,
I don't think so.
of course that's not the question here. That's not the question. It's like if I were just responding with my anger, I'd want the entire system. We're not just talking monarchies to just fucking get a reset button.
That's right.
Right? But I also know how much that would affect all of us if it all happened all at once. I'd asked another guy I know who was at FBI if he had come across. He was like, "Oh yeah, there's a flow chart on that, big time."
Al-Yamamah was so huge. I mean, everybody knew about Al-Yamamah, and Al-Yamamah was also very public.
What was the nature of that deal? Again, it was like 100.
It was
I don't want to get the number wrong. Can we
it was
Google
a lot.
That, Dave?
Can we just so I can refresh my own memory too? $600,000 barrels.
So 600,000 barrels of crude oil per day to the British government. Name of a series of record arms sales by the United Kingdom to Saudi Arabia, paid for by the delivery of up to 600,000 barrels of crude oil per day to the British government. The prime contractor has been BAE Systems and its predecessor, British Aerospace. The first sales occurred in September 1985, and the most recent contract for 72 Eurofighter Typhoon multi-role fighters was signed in August 2006. So this goes on for
decades.
Decades.
Yeah.
And part of what Prince Andrew is now being accused of when he was trade envoy for 10 years is covering up or refusing to share information as it pertains to Jeffrey Epstein's involvement in the Al-Yamamah deal.
That's right.
Why would that be for people out there who are not familiar with Adnan Khashoggi?
Adnan Khashoggi, his actual name in Arabic is Khashoggi. Saudi arms dealer, Saudi man about the world, fixer, friend of kings and presidents and prime ministers, the uncle of Jamal Khashoggi, who was the Washington Post columnist whacked by the Saudi crown prince.
I believe he's a cousin to Dodi Fayed too.
No way.
Did I just say that out loud? Can we Google that?
Is that true?
Did I make that up? I might have made that up. Khashoggi related to Dodi Fayed?
So, when...
He's the maternal uncle.
No way. Yeah. The Fayeds are Egyptians.
Yeah, uncle and nephew. Let's pull it up for you. Right here.
Saudi arms dealer Adnan Khashoggi was the maternal uncle of Dodi Fayed, making them uncle and nephew rather than cousins. Dodi Fayed's mother was Samira Khashoggi, who was the sister of Adnan Khashoggi.
Actual uncle and nephew.
And Dodi Fayed was the man that Princess Diana was dating, who was killed alongside her in Paris, France.
I never knew that.
Continue, John.
So
It's all tied together.
it is.
It's all tied.
The world's not a big place.
No.
So when Congress passed a law in 1983 that we could no longer arm the Contra rebels, Colonel Oliver North, who was the Pentagon designee to the National Security Council, decided to just go around the law. And he did that by contacting Adnan Khashoggi and organizing a very complicated operation whereby we would sell arms to the Iranians, which was against the law. We would do that through Khashoggi. He used his own bank account in Cyprus to take payment for the weapons, and then he would give the money. He would take 10% for himself. He was Mr. 10%. He would take the money and then transfer it to accounts controlled by Oliver North and John Poindexter and Admiral Richard Secord, all from the National Security Council, and then use that money to buy arms on the gray market to send to the Contra rebels. It was all illegal. Everybody was indicted. Nobody really was punished, even though they were indicted. And Adnan Khashoggi just took his money and smiled and got back on the yacht and steamed around the Mediterranean.
He's a fixer among many other things.
Yeah.
But he worked for himself.
Mm-hmm.
Who did he most assist in his efforts? I genuinely don't know the answer to that question.
Probably us.
Okay.
I mean, he was very, very close to the Saudi royal family, of course. He was a Saudi, is a Saudi. I think he's still alive, although he's got to be really old by now. He was very close to the Saudi leadership. He's deceased now? Oh, yeah, 2017. Yeah, he was pretty old. Yeah, well, he wasn't that old, 83. 82. So he was one of these guys like Mark Rich who would just deal with anybody who had money, anybody who could pay. So he would work with the Israelis, he would work with the Americans, he would work with, anybody, the Libyans, the North Koreans. It didn't make any difference.
Now,